In this video, I'm going to review solving quadratic equations using the quadratic formula. If you haven't already memorized the quadratic formula, you definitely need to have that memorized. I'm going to solve 2x squared minus 4x plus 7 equals 0 using the quadratic formula. If this function didn't already equal 0 here, we would need to make the equation equal 0 before we began with the quadratic formula. So here I've got the opposite of b. Some of you say negative b. So the opposite of b or negative b, and my b value is negative 4. So the opposite of negative 4 is positive 4, plus or minus the square root of b squared. Okay, b again is negative 4, minus 4 times a times c, and it's all over 2a. And then I just slowly need to work on simplifying this. So on the next line I have 4 plus or minus the square root of 16. And then 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 7 is 56. So minus 56. That's all divided by 4. 16 minus 56 is negative 40. So I have 4 plus or minus the square root of negative 40 all over 4. And then I know a couple things. I know that 40 can be simplified, the square root of 40 can be simplified, and I also know that if I have a negative underneath the radical, it generates an imaginary number I. It's the same as an imaginary number I. So I'm going to have first 4 plus or minus I times the square root of 40 divided by 4. And then if you remember, if I think over here about the square root of 40, the square root of 40 is the same thing as the square root of 4 times the square root of 10, but I know that the square root of 4 is just a plain old 2, so the square root of 40 is the same as 2 root 10. So I have 4 plus or minus I, 2i root 10 over 4. And then I've just got one other thing to do. I need to simplify the number part of this. And when I do that, I'm thinking about these two here forming a fraction. And then I'm also thinking about these two numbers here that form a fraction. So first let me rewrite this so you can see it. What we have here is 4 over 4 plus or minus 2i root 10 over 4. Okay, these two expressions, this one here and this one here, they are the same, they're equivalent. 4 over 4 we know is 1, and then 2 over 4 we know is 1/2, so I can put I root 10 over 2. And so my two solutions are going to be x equals 1 plus or minus I root 10 over 2.